So here's walking away from the bus on the way to Tahoka. I gotta go get my horse. Yeah, here's a watermelon patch. They like that sandy soil. Watermelons, cantaloupes. We should probably mention that when we were in Tatum, we were in a place called Delano. It's like a big section of country there. That's what they call it. And then it's on the Cap Rock. And we're on the Cap Rock still. And when we get up near Post after Tahoka, we're going to drop off the Cap Rock. And so I just wanted to give you some background information on sort of what the geography we're at is at. And go from there. And this is some of the new vineyards in Brownfield, Texas. This is the Young Family Vineyards. Nice to see vineyards get going. We seen a plane fumigating this morning, and they say he was spraying herbicide on the cotton so they could harvest it sooner. And be nice to see the vineyard people go organic and get all the other people to quit spraying too. There's a corral full of American bison. Yeah, it's 1:30 in the afternoon in Texas, and we're going down this small, quiet, called the Tahoka Road to Tahoka, Texas. And it feels kind of abandoned out here, or I say just real quiet. I think quiet's a more accurate word. And we just sort of enjoying ourselves, the peace and quiet. Yeah, a field of Milo and a worker's house. Used to be. In some places we skip the road and follow the poles because they're taking a shortcut. Yeah, it's nice to ride with no road, nice and quiet. Just the grass and the breeze. As flat as you please. So this is the cotton that's matured. And as you can see on each one of these there's a little like thorny tip, and probably more than one. And that's the cotton. And it starts out to mature on the low end of the bush and goes out from there. So that's where she comes from. Pretty nice nature. Now Hampton and I, we're crossing the Texas Panhandle, and I don't know, this is probably pretty interesting for Hampton because it's flat, easy to walk. You got a little bit of gravel around you, but there ain't diddle out here. A few farmers, few old parked tractors, a few things waiting to be harvested, and a whole lot of nothing. And those other rows of cotton were planted in 8 rows together, and this is planted 2 rows together with spaces in between. I sort of like this. It's a little bit more artistic, if you will. Yeah, it's really interesting. Greens and reds and browns. We also have these little things here to tell if there's any boll weevils in the neighborhood. These little green plastic things with little hormones in them to see if the bugs will come around. Yep. Cotton. The sign says Stud Duck Ranch, established 1965. Well, we're now back into some ranching country. Old wood fence posts and brush. Goes on forever again. Pretty peaceful. As we go east, we're dropping slightly, and the climate's getting warmer, and the Milo, as you can see, it's already browned up. And more cotton and browned up or ripened up as well, so matured out, and so that's what we're seeing. This is what Milo looks like up close. A bunch of seeds in a seed head on a corn stalk. Just like that. There's a scissor tail or swallowtail, I don't know what they call it. Bird of some type, a sort of peachy looking underbelly and a real long tail. Maybe a has sort of a beak of a shrike in a kind of way, but a really long tail. Yeah, this is a buff head and a peach-colored belly and definitely a scissor tail of some type. See there? White on black on the tails, and they spread wide when he flies, when he's trying to slow down. Or almost Tahoka. Was it Tahoka? Yeah. Well, yesterday we had a lot of fog and thought we would today too, and today we didn't, but the climate is definitely getting milder, not as hot, and it's getting cooler, so it's turning into a nice time of year to be riding. Hey, cows, huh, Hampton? Yeah, the temperature's just right. Beautiful evening. Headed into Tahoka, Texas. Right up there, a couple miles. And up here a ways, you can't see them very well, but we got a couple pairs of woodpeckers checking out the fence posts. They usually work the top of the telephone poles pretty good too. Little gray guys with little red heads. So we're in Tahoka trying to get a ride back to Brownfield. There's a guy in this town with a red Mustang, and he goes all over town gunning his motor. It's sort of funny. Red one. If you live here, you probably know who it is. Well, we're in Tahoka, Texas, in the Panhandle, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and we've been standing here trying to get a ride for, at least an hour and a half. I don't know, 2.5 hours. And yeah, it's pretty hard to get people to stop. Sort of different in other towns. I like the town, but yeah, it's getting late, and then it gets harder, so we'll be here all night till we get a ride.